Welcome to Truth Heap. What does the word occult mean? I used to think, maybe like you, still do, or used to, or whatever, I used to think that it meant Ouija boards, witchcraft, horoscopes, hocus pocus, Satanism. I used to think that because that's what was inculcated into me from was this whole other thing through the church and all that sort of stuff. And but now, after awakening 5 years ago, I realised that occult just means hidden. Now, we're living on this planet, right? And we're living in slavery, right? We're living under slavery. The world's going to shit. And there's a big reason for that. And the reason is the people running the show, the Dark Occultists, who know the knowledge of the occult, who know all about the physical sciences and the study of the human psyche and our consciousness and natural law. They hide this stuff from us, so we stay ignorant. And in most cases, in lots of cases, left brain imbalanced. And that's why we're in slavery, ladies and gentlemen, because we're ignorant. Once we learn about ourselves, our inner selves, our consciousness, our psyche, once we learn all about that and learn all about natural law and morality, then we can act morally, and this world of being under slavery will cease. But they don't want that. They want us to remain ignorant. There's a name they call us. Apparently it's the unbegun, because most of us don't know nothing about this. The secret of secrets in all secret societies is pretty much natural law. And there's another one, know thyself and you will know the universe. How can you know the world and the universe if you don't know yourself, your inner self, how you work, how your consciousness works? If you don't know that, you don't know nothing about nothing. So you can't live morally, let alone understand physical sciences, spiritual sciences, in the world that's going on. So how do we overcome this? Well, we try and balance our brain hemispheres by living morally, by understanding that our consciousness is a very special thing, but we must be balanced in our thoughts, emotions and actions. We must do the trivium process, and it's hard work. And this is the stuff they don't want you and me knowing, let alone Joe Lunchbox around the road. They don't want us knowing this, because once we know this, we can't be governed, we can't be tricked, and the slavery ends, because we're all living morally. And then there's no need for government, police, military, science, medicine, all that sort of nonsense, religion. It all goes down the toilet. To understand this and much more, I recommend checking out Mark Passio. I've watched him a couple of times. I'm currently the third time around watching Demystifying the Occult. I'm up to about to start the second video later tonight. Amazing stuff. Stuff that if I knew years ago, I'd be a different person by now. I'd be doing a lot better. And it's stuff that if we all did and learned and lived by, the world would be a better place. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, as far as I'm concerned, and Mr. Passio and lots of others, it's all about morality. As human morality decreases, slavery increases. As human morality increases, slavery decreases. There's no more government. There's no need for police, government, religion that binds. It all goes down the toilet. And that's the secret of secrets. That's what they don't teach in schools. That's what they don't want you to know. They want you to hand over your child to the state school system where they can learn conformity and just bullshit. They don't want kids being taught morality from their parents. That's why the school system's there. Because a human being is like a computer. It's programmable. You put garbage input in, you're going to get garbage input come out. It's really simple. So parents have a lot to answer for. We all do. If we're bringing up children, we have to teach them morality at a young age. The shamans from yesteryear, years ago, had a thing where if they couldn't teach their kids true morality by a certain age, they were banished into the wilderness. They were taken out to the edge of the village and told to go. And if they survived out there, good. If they didn't, well, they didn't. But they weren't allowed to come back into the community, into the village, into the family setting, because they weren't moral. Morality is quite easy. So a lot of it's all common sense. You just got to know what the difference between right and wrong is. So many of us don't know the difference between right and wrong. A lot of us are moral relativists. We think that truth is nonsense. We think that we can do what we want and change our laws. Our governments change our laws in different states on a whim. The true morality under natural law is objective morality, and it should be taken very seriously because the cause and effect is very real. And in the aggregate, meaning the whole, the population, if we're all living unmorally, it affects everyone, not just the individual. It affects the aggregate, meaning the whole. And that's why slavery is upon us in this world. That's why we're being governed. That's why we have governments and politics and police and military and religion. That's why it's all there, because we don't live morally. And this is not a religion, what I'm talking about. I'm not saying go to church and read the Bible and all of a sudden you become a good person, because most Christians and religious people are hypocrites. I'm only saying this because I want this world to be a better place. I want to be able to walk down to the shop and not see bullshit on the streets. I want to be able to live in a community where it's healthy and a lot safer and a lot more moral. It's not much to ask, really, is it? As guys and girls, if we did all this, we wouldn't need government and police. We have to do the trivium. We have to balance our thoughts, emotions, and actions. We have to balance our hemispheres of our brain. We can't be too left brain. We can't be too right brain. Left brain is more masculine, more action. Right brain is more feminine, more intuitive, more passive. Most people are left brain imbalanced or right brain imbalanced. We have to balance our brain hemispheres, balance our holy trinity, our true holy trinity, thoughts, emotions, and actions, in balance in accordance with natural objective morality and natural law. Thus the aggregate will be free from slavery and the world will be such a better place. Take it or leave it, it's up to you, but it's the truth, and the truth can never be destroyed, just like a consciousness can't be, just like energy can't be, just like you and me can't be. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. Peace.